Hey everyone, this is Film Rich and welcome to my YouTube channel where I will be talking about and recapping film and television shows. In the first series of videos, I will be talking about a show called Mr. Inbetween, which originally aired from 2018 to 2021. The show stars Scott Ryan, who plays Ray Shoesmith, a man who will throw you off a ledge for not paying up and then turn around and save a ladybug in the shower. That's right, Ray is a hitman with a heart. The show deals with how he tries to balance his life as a gangster with his family and love life. So fasten your seatbelts, and if you haven't already, please like, share and subscribe as I will be recapping Mr. Inbetween and many more film and TV shows to come. Episode 1 is titled The PP Guy, and we will get to why it's titled that later on in the video. The show opens up with a scene in which Ray goes to confront Matt, who is an obvious drug addict and has forgot to place a bet for Freddy, Ray's boss. Right away in this scene, you're introduced to Ray, who has a very calm and friendly tone in his voice, almost like a teacher or a coach, telling Matt he should place the bet. This is counteracted literally 5 seconds after giving Matt a calm warning where Ray throws him off a ledge. In the next scene, we see Ray wake up and get in the shower. Ray spots a ladybug and carefully places it on his towel. This already highlights Ray's softer nature, and we get an introduction that Ray definitely has a conscience, even though just a minute before we see him throw a man off a ledge. We then switch to Ray walking inside a club, which turns out to be his place of work, and we're introduced to Freddy, Ray's boss. Ray confronts Freddy in a firm way because he hasn't paid him. Freddy suggests that if he collects a debt for him, he can keep all the money. Ray, knowing that he has the power in this situation, asks for an extra 1,000 on top. Usually in these types of situations, or in real life, you don't really get somebody speaking to their boss like that. So it's very interesting the dynamic between Ray and his boss Freddy. We are also introduced to Nikki, who accompanies Ray to collect the debt. Ray and Nikki are next seen driving to Ashfield, which is somewhere in Sydney, where the show is set. They arrive in an office where Nikki immediately pounces on and starts to beat up Terry, the guy who owes money to Freddy. We notice that Ray stands in the door while Nikki is unsuccessful at apprehending the money. If you had any doubts about Ray's expertise in debt recovery, just watch how he handles this. Terry thinks he can talk his way out of paying by saying he'll get the money, but Ray isn't having it. He calmly takes what we think is Terry's wallet and pulls out a driver's license and recites the guy's home address, telling him it's a nice area before proceeding to walk out the door. Immediately Terry says he'll pay. But just when you think you've got Ray pegged as the ultimate tough guy, we see a different side to him. While he's taking his dog for a walk, enter Ali, a fellow dog owner with a sharp wit and soft smile. Ray's clearly smitten, and it's like we're seeing a schoolboy at his first crush. He's awkward, he's nervous, but he's charming in a way that only a contract killer can be. Ali seems intrigued, and the viewer almost wonders if this is the same guy from the previous scene. Ray tries to play it cool, but we all know he's out of his depth. We further see Ray's calmer side as we're introduced to his daughter. They go to visit his sick brother, and the scene very much shows Ray is definitely a merciless debt collector and hitman, as you'll see kind of further on, but he also loves his family very much. Next up, we meet Gary, or Gaz, Ray's dim-witted mate who's always knee-deep in some kind of mess. Gary asks Ray if he can take the blame over a porn DVD with a golden shower theme that his wife found. Ray takes a break from his duties as a nightclub bouncer and goes to Gary's house. As Ray and Gary enter the house, Gary's wife shows us the DVD. His wife chastises Ray, stating, "No wonder your wife divorced you." Ray keeps a straight face and takes the fall for Gary, who, judging by his look, is definitely a perverted loser. As Ray and Gary leave the house, we are introduced to Gary's brother-in-law, who calls Ray the PP Guy, hence the title of the episode. Ray and Gary talk briefly outside, but after Ray leaves, Gary takes the DVD out of the trash and goes into the garage. At this point in the episode, we've been introduced to Ray, and we get a good overview of his character and the world he lives in. We're now shown Ray and his daughter out having ice cream and enjoying their day. Two teenagers bump into Ray's daughter, causing her to drop her ice cream. Ray, visibly annoyed yet still calm, confronts the two teenagers, telling them to watch where they're going and to watch their language. The two teenagers do not seem to be remorseful and ask Ray if he really wants to start a problem. Ray walks off as if he has ignored it. On their way back to the car, Ray sees both lads in the alleyway. Ray tells his daughter to wait in the car. He goes up to the men and kicks one of them in the private parts. The other immediately runs off. Ray sees that somebody has just watched him do it, so he runs away himself. On his way back to the car, Ray runs into Ali again. Fresh off confronting those two guys, Ray puckers up the courage and asks for her number in a very sly way. This scene closes off with Ray walking confidently back to his car. If you like this video, please share, like and subscribe. Also, if you could leave a comment, that would be really helpful. I plan to do the rest of Mr. Inbetween as well as other TV shows, eventually kind of getting into theories and reviewing things. So please be sure to watch this space. Thank you guys. See you next time.